What if, ladies and gentlemen, we paid very little or no attention to what we weren't good at and focused all of our time on what we are good at? What type of a result, what type of an effect would that have, ladies and gentlemen, on our lives? Jeffrey Darty, morning mantra, new cosmic knowledge, all that good stuff. Some years ago, when I worked for the Marriott Corporation, I was exposed to a way of thought called Soar with Your Strengths. It was a book by the Gallup organization. And the Gallup organization put out this book based on 40 years of research with America's most successful companies. And the premise of the book, ladies and gentlemen, was to help you find out what you do well so you can do more of it, and to help identify what you don't do well so you can stop doing it. And I reordered the book. I'm going to read it. And to me, it's a fascinating way to look at things. It's completely different. It's completely outside the box. And that's two great reasons that I really like it. And what would happen if we did soar with our strengths? If we found out what we're really good at and did more of it, find out what we suck at, and just stop doing that. Now, I know the thought within our genre and our realms is, go in and do the shadow work and go in and do the inside job. And the assumption is that you got to work on the stuff you're bad at. You got to work on the stuff you suck at and get better at it. Is that really what we want to do? Or could not shadow work, could not the inside job, could not the dark night of the soul be finding out what we're really good at and finding the strength and character to keep doing more of it? Because the more time we spend on things we're not good at, the less time we spend on things we are good at. And I wonder if it gets back to the whole idea of your great basic purpose. Because once you discover your great basic purpose, once you know what you're here for, once you know what you're here to do, are you stealing from yourself and stealing from others by not focusing on and not being engaged in doing those things? And here's a thought. Let's say that you did focus on what you're good at and do more of it, and forget about what you're good at and do less of it. Don't you think just by a rising boat that it would lift the tides of what you're not good at? Even if you don't work on what you're not good at, if you're working even more on what you're good at and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're fulfilling your great basic purpose, don't you think it's possible that you'll mature as an individual and that you will grow as a spiritual being? And as you do, the things that you're not good at, you'll become better at by osmosis. I'm really thinking hard about this, because to me, in my blink, it makes a whole lot of sense to soar with your strengths. I mean, I'm not a great mechanic. I can get along, I can do what I have to do, but I'm not that great. But I'm pretty good at making YouTube videos. You may not like them, but I'm pretty good at making them. So should I learn how to be a mechanic, or should I keep doing YouTube videos? And the truth of the matter is, if you're good, if you focus on what you're good at and get really good at it, you'll be able to hire people to do what you're not good at. And how about this? Is it the height of arrogance to think that you can be good at everything? Is it a lack of spiritual maturity to think that you've got to be good at everything? And is it really a manifestation of control issues when we think we've got to fix what we're not good at and get good at that, when there's probably somebody else that's their thing, and we could just release them and let them go. You could argue both sides of this all day long. And in some ways, ladies, that's what I'm here for. In some ways, gentlemen, that's what I'm here for. To bring up stuff that you can debate and talk about and converse about all day long. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. But it is definitely something worth thinking about. We're the last generation of real humans. Let's start thinking. And at the very least, you can identify what you're really good at and what you really suck at. And where you go from there is up to you. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, back later with more podcast excellence extraordinaire right here. I think we're on the last 5-6 days of our YouTube timeout. Looking forward to coming back to you live. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. We'll see you again real soon. We're the last generation of real humans. Cousins, let's get busy.